What's up, guys? We're back. Today is Sunday, November 3rd, 2024, and we have daylight savings, so we actually get an extra hour of sleep. Good for some of us. But today, I want to talk to you about the 3 reasons why somebody would want to top work an avocado. So, this is my Mexicola, and it turns out it's a Mexicola Grande. And I started this whole process of top working it, and I want to tell you the reasons why I'm doing it, but I also want to give you guys the 3 reasons why most people should consider top working their avocados. Okay, so reason number 1, you have a tree, it's not productive, and you don't know if you actually have the variety that you actually bought. So sometimes you get a tree from the Home Depot and you think it's a reed, for example, and it turns out to be something completely different. And you've been growing it for a while, and it's been growing and it's building an amazing root system, but you got no fruit, or you have a variety that you really don't want. Like, for example, you bought a reed, but you got a Zutano, or you got, in some cases, a sucker that grew from the base and you didn't realize it. So the sucker is actually outgrowing the tree, and the sucker is the one that's really big and massive, and then it actually killed off the scion, which was on the tree from like the Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever. So in that case, you have a tree that you don't want. You have a sucker that may never fruit, or it may take 10 years to fruit, or when it fruits, you don't know if it's going to be good or not. So in that case, you might be better off just top working the tree because it's already big enough. So in this case, this is my Mexicola Grande, and it's already big and it's got a decent root system. So, I decided to top work this, but I'll give you another reason why I decided to top work this Mexicola Grande. Okay, so reason number 2 really is all about somebody having a really big, massive tree that's really old, that all of a sudden started to just stop producing fruit. And, in some of the orchards around here, they're really old trees that are just really big, but not productive at all. So what people will do, they'll actually go ahead and top work some of these really big trees. So they actually cut them down, not all the way to the bottom, but they'll cut them down to a point where they can actually allow the tree to kind of grow back, and really it rejuvenates the tree. So some of these orchards, you'll see that they got some smaller trees, but you can see big trunks on them. Well, turns out that's a great way to rejuvenate the tree, get the tree to push a lot of the energy into the newer growth, push that energy into fruit, and provide really high quality fruit and be productive again. So that's something orchards will do. They'll actually top work a big old tree to kind of make them a little bit smaller and more productive. And sometimes instead of just keeping it with the same variety, they'll actually change the variety over. So in some cases, they'll go from, hey, I got a Hass or I got a Fuerte, and I want to convert it over to a gem. So they'll convert their entire orchard to gems. So that's a great way to kind of rejuvenate your orchard, get a smaller tree, get a different variety. So top working, reason number 2, is the way to go. All right, then really the third reason why you would want to top work a tree is you got a variety like this Mexicola Grande, and it's productive but not that productive, and you're getting fruit and you're just not thrilled with the fruit. So you have fruit that doesn't ripen evenly, and then all you're doing at least for me, is feeding animals. Like, they'll come over here and start getting your fruit before you can even get to it. So I'll show you some examples here. Like, look at that. I mean, this was almost ready to be picked. I was trying to keep it on the tree a little longer so I can get them to ripen more evenly. And then you got stuff like that. They're just going in and eating it. All right, you can see this. They're actually going and eating a bunch of this stuff. And everywhere I see a seed, it was essentially a squirrel, a UFO, unidentified furry objects eating it. So you got every one of these seeds was from a UFO eating this avocado, and I just found the seeds and I just kind of threw them all over here. But this variety is good, but to be honest, it's actually just not my favorite. I like having Mexicola just because it's supposed to help with Persea mites in your grove. But really, I wouldn't mind having a different variety. So that's really reason number 3. And reason number 3 is you have a variety that you're not thrilled with and you don't really want to have that variety. Like for me, I'm going to keep part of the Mexicola, but I'm going to top work it with different varieties that are a little unique and different. So that's really why I'm going to be top working this tree. So far, what I've done is I've gotten pieces of avocado wood from friends. This right here is called Oaklando, and unfortunately it's not doing great, but it's still alive. And part of the reason why I think it's not doing great is because I took this off too soon. I did the graft. Here, I'll show you. So I did the graft, which is right here, right there. And the graft took right there. I decided to take off my little piece of paper, which was protecting the graft. And the sun started baking this side and charred this side. And this side was growing. So I was like, uh-oh, what did I do? So I actually put the piece of paper back on to protect this side. But the Oaklando is actually doing okay. It's still alive. I have this much growth as of right now, but I'm hoping for more growth next year. We'll see. We'll have to kind of take care of it. I'll put the paper back here, but I'll show you some other stuff that I'm grafting on here also. So I have also decided to graft this with Anaheim, because Anaheim is one of those varieties that I have, but it's not growing well in the spot that it's in. So here it is. Here's my Anaheim. As you can see, it's already taking. So I just did that a couple weeks ago. So the Anaheim is going to be here. I have Oaklando already. Also planning on doing, this is called SC Gold. Still green, so leave that on there for now. And then also, just because I had another piece of wood, I just did a second Anaheim. Just to, sorry, it's probably kind of blurry, not coming in nice and clear. Just in case the other one didn't take, but one already took, so if both of these take, I'm okay with it. But really, that's the main reason, right? You wanna change this over. Or why does it make sense to change over a tree and change it to something else that you want? Well, this tree already has a really good root system. So top working is also kind of smart because you got a tree that's already here. It's got a root system, and in my case, this root system probably isn't that strong, but in most cases, if you got a bigger tree, older tree, you got a root system that's strong already. So if you put another variety on there, it's gonna really just take off, and you're gonna get fruit from that new variety pretty quickly. So in my case, I think the root system's okay. Part of the reasons why I think the root system's not as strong as some other is because Oh, great. Check this out. Another UFO. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in so you can see it. You guys see that? I can't zoom in anymore. If I walk in there, he's gonna see me. But he's just hanging out right there. All right, I've zoomed in as far as I can. Just my luck. I got lots of gophers, lots of squirrels. See if I can zoom back out. What a coinkydink. I'm here talking about my Mexicola, and then we got our friend over here hanging out. All right, so I might just call it there. So 3 reasons why you would want a topwork tree. I got my gopher hawk set up. Cross my fingers, we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is I mean, I'm gonna have the Mexicola. I think I like having a Mexicola in the yard, but it's not my favorite tasting fruit out of all of the trees that I have so far. So good to have because it does provide fruit at the times of the years that you don't get fruit. So, you know, Mexicola, Mexicola Grande, Stewart, those 3 you'll get fruit kind of early, and then right after that bacon. So my bacon's almost ready. So right now I'm trying to eat these. They're just not ripening evenly for me. So I'm trying to keep it on the tree a little longer, but because I'm leaving it on the tree a little longer, waiting for it to turn black, UFOs are getting them, and I'm not really getting a chance to eat them as much as I would like. But that's life, kind of like life growing avocados. You're always going to get a UFO like that. In that case, I know what it is. And sometimes you get other stuff, you just don't know what it is in the middle of the night. But the idea is that if I have so much fruit that I can share it, I'm okay with that. But the problem is when you got like a tree and you only got like 2 fruit on there. And I know some of you guys have been growing a tree for a while and you finally got 2 fruit, and before you even get a chance to eat your fruit, some guy gets it before then. So that just sucks. So I know how it is. But that's my little trap. We'll see what happens. Anyways, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe because we're going to be talking about this tree as I continue to top work it with different varieties. And I have some other stuff that I'm planning on doing, like potentially setting up another brokaw order. I need to do that actually. I've been thinking about some of the other varieties that I want with the different rootstock. And this is a good reason why you would want a different rootstock, because I know this is kind of not the greatest. It's better, but it's kind of weak still. So I'd rather have a variety that has like Duke 7, for example, or Leola, or whatever. All of these special, you know, rootstocks that are currently available. Anyways, have a great day. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.